Good afternoon, everyone. 3 minutes left, then we will start. So let's start. Are everyone in the class or now here in our Zoom? Okay, very good. So before we begin our discussion, we will start a prayer first. Miss Danica, please lead a prayer. The Father, of the Son, of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Okay, thank you. So today we will discuss the 4 topics, and I prepare for PowerPoint presentation here. So I will share screen muna. Here we will start the first topic. So we will start the first topic, the K-12 curriculum framework. So we will discuss the salient features of the K-12 curriculum. The first one is the strengthening early childhood education, universal kindergarten. So we already know that every child should be expected to have an access to an early childhood education, which is the kindergarten, because kindergarten provide the child with an opportunity to learn and practice basic skills where the students used it throughout his or her schooling, especially when the child entered to his or her first grade. So the second one is the making the curriculum relevant to learners, the contextualization and enhancement. So you need to ensure that the curriculum you will be teach in the future to your students are appropriate to them. So for them to be able to gain knowledge after you deliver the topic. Then make sure that the students will relate it to the real life situation so that they can connect easily, not just the focus of developmental skills, literacy skills, and the communication skills. So the third one is according to Briggs 2014, shared some few tips for making learning engaging and personally relevant, as cited by Willis, Faith, and Emordino Young. So these are the use, suspense, and keep it fresh. Make students directed. Connect it to their lives and to what they already know. So I said earlier that make sure that the students will relate it to the real life situations. Can provide utility value and build relatedness. So the third one is the building proficiency, the mother tongue-based multilingual education. So what we call is the building proficiency, to meet the required level of the skills and knowledge. Either the students meet this requirement or the students will fail, so they should continue to work until they do meet the required level. So the mother tongue-based multilingual education will develop a child's cultural identity, the personal, and also it helps the child to develop their critical thinking, so the better understanding of the curriculum. So the fourth one is the ensuring integrated and seamless learning, the spiral progression. So the learning form is from the simplest to the complex. So it entails TPAC according to the TTL2. The book said that TPAC, it means technological knowledge, pedagogical knowledge, and content knowledge. So this will further strengthen the retention. It will enhance the mastery of the topics and skills of the students, and it also allows to the learners to learn the topics and skills inappropriate to their developmental skills and cognitive skills. So therefore, there's a learning process to ensure the learner's mastery of a certain subjects that they take and certain skills and knowledge at each level before they proceed. So the fifth one is gearing up for the future. So getting ready for the future. So as a grade 10 students, you will will enter next year into senior high school. So I will make you as an example for this. So since you are an upcoming senior high school students, so you may choose your field of specializations of your interest, whether you enroll academic strand, UMS, STEM, or the TVL, technical vocational livelihood, or because you are starting to build your own your future of your chosen path. So after you finish your chosen field of specialization of your upper secondary education, which is the senior high school, you will be undergo an immersion before you graduate, where you will learn and opportunities and provide an actual experience to your chosen track. For example, you are a guest student, the general academic strand, so you will be work immersing in the office, just be the assistant of a teacher. Whether you enter a college, you will enroll at education. So that is the sixth one, or the last salient features of the K-12 curriculum, is the nurturing the holistically developed Filipino college and livelihood readiness 21st century skills. So the graduate, the junior high school graduate, the senior high school graduate, even the college graduate are expected to in a different path to go over, such as they will become an entrepreneur, further education, to have a degree, to enter college, to get a degree, or maybe working for the reason of financially. They want to work, they want to stay, and not they want to know, not even to enter the school. So but K-12 graduates are expected to equip different skills of what the 21st century world needed. So especially you are a 21st century learner, so I expected much too. Okay, thank you for listening, and we will proceed to our second topic, so which is the ICT pedagogy, right? ICT integration pedagogy. So the lesson 2 is ICT pedagogy integration in language learning plans. So integrating in technology instructions. Okay, now let's proceed to the lesson 2. So I have here a PowerPoint presentation. I will screen share first. ICT pedagogy integration in language learning plans. So integrating technology in instruction. So the book provided 6 authors with different insights. So according to John Pisapia 1994, he mentioned the 3 different important things that are essential in the curricula of integrating technology. The first one is the computer science courses, computer-assisted instruction, and or computer-enhanced or enriched instruction. The second one is matching software with basic skill competencies, and 3, keyboarding with word processing, and followed up with presentation tools. So these the 3 things embody an idea of what technology contributed to the learning process of the students. So information and communication technology, or the ICT. So 2009 Trend News said ICT is a diverse set of technological tools and resources used to communicate, create, disseminate, store, and manage information.
ICT it is because it pertains to communication and technologies, both software and hardware, and video applications and other devices that are formed from technology. So, for example, in the classroom setting, ICT is very essential for the students, for you as a students, communication, teacher to teacher communication, teacher to student communication, for learning instruction. So, you can use ICT like now using software application in Zoom, where you find a second source of information like internet, Google, Chrome, or Opera Mini, or other website you find an information. So it can help you as a students to learn yourselves by searching, finding, and creating. So using ICT integration frameworks in language education learning plans. So a conversational framework of Laurel Ard 2002. The 5 key teaching and learning events in the framework, such as acquisition, discovery, dialogue, practice, and creation. So it is clearly stated that these 5 events are the specific teaching strategies of learning actions and examples non-computer based activity and examples of computer-based activity. It is inappropriate in the language education because it requires various technologies that presents on how the teaching in language and how you learn in the classroom relate to the language events. So, letter B, the 3 fundamental elements of ICT integration according to WOW 2008. So, these are the picture of the pedagogy, social interaction, and technology. So, the pedagogy, social interaction, and technology, the ICT pedagogy will generate many resources for the classroom interaction, which include a reliable content for the students, while ICT in social interaction will allow you connecting students to students and people with accuracy of information to have language skills, the knowledge, and lastly, the ICT technology, which is supporting the learning activity you had right now that allows the students discover new skills, new and knowledge, and enhancing your skills with a literacy skills. And the categories of information, communication, and technology, or the ICT in teacher or training. These are the learning how to use ICT, learning via ICT. This is the complementary, use the courseware. This is the complementary technology or the core technology. So learning how to use ICT when is the teacher or the students digitally literate and learning how to manipulate the computer system in creating, communicating, and learning how to manage curriculum information or crucial information. Then, while learning via ICT on how ICT facilitate your learning process, and it can be transformed the classroom instruction. So, the UNESCO ICT competency, letter D, the framework of teachers. So in this framework has 6 aspects of work such as understanding ICT in education, curriculum and assessment pedagogy, application of digital skills, organization and administration, and teacher professional learning. So these are the 3 approaches to teaching based on human capacity development. So the knowledge acquisition, knowledge gaining, and knowledge creation. So the framework specifically aims to equip the teachers to be able to do the roles achieving the following societal goals. The build workforces to have an ICT skills that is reflective, creative, and adapt to problem solving in order to generate knowledge. Enable people to be knowledgeable and resourceful. So as a teacher, we need to be a resourceful. And the framework and to encourage all members of society, irrespective of gender, language, background, to participate fully in society and influence the decisions that affect their lives. Foster cross-cultural understanding, tolerance, and peaceful resolution of conflict. So through the framework of the teachers, it emerged of a structure of pedagogy and technology to develop active classroom and encourage the students interaction and collaboration so that they can focus to study, they will motivate to study, and they learn more. So, thank you for listening. So, we need to proceed the third topic that we have, the IBL and RBL, which is the inquiry-based learning and research-based learning. So, I will show you the PowerPoint presentation so that you can see it. And here it is. So, you need to proceed. So, inquiry-based learning and research-based learning. So, what is inquiry-based learning and research-based learning? So, accordingly, is an approach to learning that emphasizes the student's role in the learning process, rather than the teacher telling students what they need to know. Students are encouraged to explore the material, ask questions, and share ideas. So it means inquiry-based learning is to ask questions, to search information, and to make investigation. It is about seeking information or knowledge that gives you, as students, the best way on how you understand the certain lesson or the certain subjects. And while RBL or the research-based learning, accordingly, it aims to promote and develop student competencies related to research practice and to benefit students through activities linked to research. This technique implies the application of learning and teaching strategies that link research with teaching. So, RBL for and it is a practice that help you as a students develop learning competencies that the learning of the students that you as a learning the students you as you the learning the students will learn activity linked with the research. You need to research, rehearse, learn and learn and learn. So we need to we have a types of inquiry. The first one is according to VU 2020 presented 4 types of inquiry that can be used in facilitating classes. Structured inquiry. First one, let the students follow the lead of the teacher as entire class engages in one inquiry. So structured inquiry. So it means you as a students, you will following a procedure to learn or to find an answer. You are structured inquiry. So the controlled inquiry, the teacher chose topics and identifies the resources that students will use to answer the question. So in a controlled inquiry naman, the students will verify, you as a student, you will verify first the concept before you follow a procedure so that you can answer, you can find an answer. So the third one is the guided inquiry. The teacher chose topics or questions and students design the solution. So in this inquiry, guided, the teacher or I as a teacher, I will give you a questions and you as a student will design an experiment to find an answer. You need to investigate, you need to find something to support the idea of the question so that you can answer well. And the last one is the free inquiry. The students allowed to choose their own topics without any reference to prescribe to. And what is the role of the teacher? What's the role of teacher in IDF? Yes. So when designing an IDF, the teacher has to consider the following fields proposed by AGSEC and Crossing 2016. First one is the prior knowledge and capacity. 2. Context learners require meaning from experience. The content, learning, and materials. The process, how the students or how the teacher will the process the content and how the teacher will deliver the students so that the students will able to learn something at the end of the class. And strategy of reaction and behavior. And of course, the most important, the course outcomes. The teacher will measure the course outcome. How the teacher will know if there is no course outcomes. How the teacher know that the students, you as my students will learn that. Will learn my class. So there is a learning outcomes or the course outcomes. And thank you for Thank you for listening. So now let's proceed to our last topic.
What is problem-based learning and project-based learning? So problem-based learning is an approach that involves a process of inquiry in solving open-minded questions that serve as the main problem that the learners will work. So, accordingly, the problem-based learning is the students have to present a solution to a clearly defined authentic problem and identify what we need to know or what you need to know or learn and apply to solve the problem or a real life situation. And project-based learning is a student-centered pedagogy that involves a dynamic and classroom approach in which it believed that the students acquire deeper knowledge through active exploration of real-world challenges and problems. So, project-based learning is where you, as a student, you have to produce or to demonstrate a mastery of the content at the end of the lesson or at the end of the class so that you have a learning outcome that the teacher will see it if you really learn throughout the lesson. Okay. So, according to Ali 2019 proposed the 5 principles of problem-based learning that may be considered by teachers in planning or using the approach. Okay? There is a power of independent and self-directed learning. That is the number 1, the power of independent and self-directed learning of the students. Number 2, learning happens in a group and teacher is a facilitator. So the learning happens, example, in the classroom setting. You as a students will learn by your own and the teacher will only to facilitate you to clear what is the misconceptions about the topic or what is your misunderstanding. That is the role of our teacher. They are only our facilitator and we are learning by ourselves. Number 3, all groups have to participate equally. Okay. Number 4, students learn about motivation, teamwork, problem solving, and engagement with the task. So there's students who learn they learn by the motivation of the teacher, so they motivate to learn. They want to learn with a teamwork, a group, the problem solving and engagement with the task so that they can share their ideas. There is the exchanging of ideas will happen to the group which they learn, or the students will learn by a group. Then the number 5 is materials such as data, photographs, articles can be used to solve the problem. So the resources will be the basis to answer the solving, what we call this, the questions, the geographers. So you need to have a credible information, a reliable. So the first one is the internet, the book from the school library. So you can use it. So the easier information you get is the internet or the Google. So different websites we can search them. So we no, make sure that you are aware of the reliable source or the information you used and cite it correctly. Okay, according to 2009, proposed the six-stage process used in the adoption of the online PBL, the problem-based learning. So the first one is identifying the problem. Identify the problem before analyze it first. Comprehend. Number 3 is brainstorming. So analyze it from what is the problem, what is the message you want to refer to you, or what is the message mean, and collect. Number 3 is collecting and analyzing the information. Collect different articles, information, and analyze it correctly and relate it to the main problem that you need to solve. Synthesizing information, code building knowledge, and refining the outcomes. So we have a benefits of problem-based learning. We have several studies have revealed positive impacts of project-based learning on learners as they engage in the process, according to Goffron and Ermoranti 2018. So they are the promotes self-confidence and motivation. Number 2, reduces students' nervousness during the learning. So you need the teacher will, as a teacher, we need to motivate students, motivate to learn so that they can focus. So number 3 is increases students' responsibility in learning. Of course, the students will be responsibility, the role model of themselves to learn, and make students easily to learn the material through sharing of ideas. That's why we have a teamwork learning. Number 5, promotes problem-solving skills. Number 6, promotes self-directed learning, promotes active learning, and makes students explore many learning resources, and makes students develop positive attitude towards the learning. And we have as a foreign language for the PBL according to Barish, Ali, and Dormi 2018. So we have enhances fluency in communication, enhances good pronunciation and intonation, how the students will speak the right way, in a good intonation, the correct pronunciation, the correct tone of a sentence, improves grammar, enhances self-confidence, increase comprehension, how the students will comprehend the information, and increases range of vocabulary. And that's all. So I think that is clear for everyone. Okay, if you have a questions, so feel free to ask me, because we have a limited time here, so you can DM me or through our group chat. So for everyone's benefit naman. So thank you everyone for listening for our 4 topics. So masyadong mahaba. And study hard and goodbye. Thank you everyone.